Hey, this is BA and welcome to WD Gann, the Tunnel Book Trilogy. This video is part one of a three-part series. And I put a lot of information in this. I had to leave some out for the sake of brevity and time. But I put as much as I could in there to give you an idea kind of, what's really going on in this book. And give you kind of a background, a foundational background, kind of give you the edge, if you will. Let's get started. This trilogy is dedicated to the true seeker, the wiser one who seeks out the truth. I began my romance with W.D. Gann's book, The Tunnel Through the Air, when I received my first copy on April 3rd, 1997. Since that time, and many hours of study, my understanding and respect of this book has dramatically increased. I hold out that this book is by far the best book ever written on financial markets. I would like to share with you in the following three-part presentation some valuable discoveries and pointers dealing with this book. It may not be as sexy as looking at market charts, but studying this book in great detail leads to understanding and knowledge, which then leads to security. Let's begin. So yesterday I took a look at an email someone gave me with the number 5 on it, sitting back and thinking, what could this mean? And it was so many do, and I also did in my beginning years. What could this mean? With the Tunnel book, I did the same thing. What could 5 mean? 1, I have 5 fingers on my hand. 2, the 5th planet is Jupiter. 3, I could go research the heck out of page 5. 4, divide price always by 5. 5 in fact could be insignificant and Gann tricking me. 6, Gann pointing me to the 5th of the month, 5 days. Gann needed filler for his book. 8, Gann always trades in 5s. That was his secret. 9, 5th Elliott wave. 10, 5 moons is 5 months. How would we know if any of this was correct? Working to prove one or many of these could lead to quickly to frustration. See, these are all guesses. We got the number 5 and we're just guessing. Now, if that is the case, what this frustration is telling you is that you were on the wrong path. All of the above were guesses. So heading down this path of guessing will quickly lead to frustration. Instead, there's an alternative path. In this book, The Tunnel Through the Air, think of how can I connect this to another part in the book. See, this book is like a puzzle, and you have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay? It's also written in layers like an onion. So pay attention. Here's our number 5 in a different way. On page 360 it states, she reminded him that 5 years ago he arrived in New York just after his birthday. Then of the birthday parties since then. Clearly he is connecting this to birthdays, which was not on our list of 10 above. So the point is, instead of trying to imagine and guess what Gann means, look at how he connects it. Look at what he connects it to. That's critical. Rule. Keywords are used in this book. They are important and there are many of them. Some keywords are, and these are just a few, tell, talk, love, sunshine. Get a notebook and make a separate page or 2 for each keyword. Write down everything that is said about the keyword along with the page numbers it's mentioned. Rule. There's a code hidden in the text, and there's also coding used in the page numbers. An example of this would be page 224, which is Venus, heliocentric revolution, 224, where Robert's first airplane was completed. This is no coincidence. Be very aware of page numbers. Very important rule. Rule. Watch and note carefully any emphasis Gann puts on the words, often to clue the reader in. In Tunnel, Gann will repeat something, not exactly but close, in order to emphasize its importance and help you focus in. In a previous slide, we saw the keyword birthday. So we would want to next do a study on that keyword. Some pages of importance is page 157, and again on page 160, where he states his 21st birthday meant a great deal to him. Meant more than any other birthday, because he hoped it would bring Marie. Now, I see the way this is written, casual readers will go, oh, that's nice. He's missing Marie on his birthday, and he wants to have a birthday party with balloons and clowns and such. No, this guy's a market trader, okay? His 21st birthday meant more because it's tied in with cycles somehow, okay? So you have to figure that stuff out. Capitals. Gann used capital letters to amplify certain points. One such point is on page 352. Here the emphasis is to show you or stress to you that there were 2 attack waves on Detroit. Casual readers could assume this to be nebulous. Detroit is a critical hub within the book, second only in my opinion to the Battle of New York City. Okay. On page 191, Gann sneaks in Pythagoras, who is a very important in many ways, in more ways than one. Gann writes, Pythagoras said, there are in a woman's eyes 2 sorts of tears. To the unsuspecting reader, it looks like a love quote. What the hell would Pythagoras be doing quoting love? Pythagoras is not known for quoting any woman's eyes stuff, okay? I believe that what he's actually saying here is to go study some basic Pythagoras. And Luther Jensen mentions that in his book. And I also made a video on the Gann-Jensen connection, okay? So Pythagoras basics figure big in the Gann. Page 197, on this day he made a new and great discovery of a time factor, which he figured perhaps this is no coincidence that this occurs in June 1927. Perhaps a lot ties into this month. I'll give you an example. He's got 2 eclipses in that occur in June. And actually, the only time eclipses are mentioned in the book is June in 1927. Some people go, oh, okay, well, it's eclipses. No. It's not. Eclipses are used as markers, meaning there's something here. Very important. June 1927 is critical. Page 198. When he started pyramiding, his plan was to buy or sell the largest amount first and then gradually decrease buying and selling smaller amounts on the way up or down, and always use a stop-loss order. Contrary to what many think, the book Tunnel is designed to give one deep insight into W.D. Gann's actual trading techniques. This is also, as evidenced by the above excerpt, covers his exact trading style. Okay? Pyramiding. That was what he was known for. Page 205. I believe that he possessed some mathematical method which enabled him to forecast stocks many months and years in advance. I've gone over his manipulations in the stocks he traded in and found they conform closely to the law of harmonic analysis. That is a very interesting bunch of words, law of harmonic analysis. One could assume that musical notes are involved in the numbers methodology. This provides deep insight into the tools that are being used. Page 226, 227, he had made more than $1 million following his discovery of how to use the laws laid down in the Bible. This can throw many, in my opinion. What Gann is doing is emphasizing where all this comes from, the origin of his knowledge. I think Gann does want the individual to make a serious study of the Bible, but I think he wants the individual to focus first on Tunnel Through the Air. Gann from the foreword. Read Tunnel 3 times. You will want to understand more about the Bible, then read the Bible 3 times. See, he's saying to read Tunnel first. Pages 228 and 229. Robert and his mother flash back on pages 228 to 229. This is probably not a coincidence happening on his 22nd birthday. Page 241. Latter part of February 1929 acquires the mysterious note supposedly from Marie. We need to find the exact date. Page 250 begins the Silver Spring legend. Originally, I thought this was filler for the romance novel. I now believe differently. If you read that Silver Springs chapter, okay, I mean, that is some kooky, off-the-wall junk, all right? But I later found out it's actually critical to the book, okay? So when Gann puts you to sleep, be aware because he knows what he's doing. Page 258, Robert Gordon flashes back. It states, it brought him back to Sunday morning, June 5th, 1927. I mean, that's a direct flashback. We are looking for links. Is there a connection here between the date of his flashback and the point he flashed back to? Is there a connection here between the date of his flashback and the point he flashed back to? Is there a connection? Page 275. Robert's mind always drifted back to the beautiful places where he thought people in love would find harmony and commune with nature. Oh, isn't that sweet? The casual reader will go, oh, that's good. He's so into nature. No. Come on, there's something else going on. Nature is also used on page 251, and one would have to look for a tie-in from pages 273 to 75 in the page 251 area. These types of connections are what most will miss when casual reading. That's how come we go into keywords. So nature would be a keyword, and we'd have to study it. Okay. Page 281. He was flying very low as he crossed the line between San Diego. Line below San Diego. This is not the only time he mentions a line. Could these lines be angles? We would have to connect the cities to turns in order to see. Like when he mentions San Diego, what turn is San Diego? It's a market turn. This concludes part 1. Look for parts 2 and 3. If you have gained insight from my videos, subscribe so you can get the latest of my free market calls, forecast, commentary, and teachings. Hey, this is BA reminding you, you can succeed. Bye-bye.